This is the communion map of what Eastern Orthodox churches are in communion or out of communion with each other.
What the
This
heck?
literally looks like a connect the dots kind of
This is
thing.
like one of those autistic color graphs that I hate reading because they're just like so. Okay, I can't even.
Oh yeah.
So and there's like multiple one thing is a multiple thing. So what is this saying? So Ukraine is in a joint clergy.
So this
Oh
is
my
this is
goodness.
apparently so this is the ecumenical patriarch, first among equals. He's supposed to technically be the head of the church.
Okay.
So he's not in communion with Moscow, and Moscow's not in communion with Alexandria, and Constantinople is in communion with Ukrainian OCU, and Alexandria is in communion with Ukrainian OCU. But there's this little joint clergy thing for Ukrainian OCU, but there's a separation of communion between the two. So they're technically two separate churches.
Yo,
And
oneness
then
check. Oneness check. Where's that mark of the true church? I don't see that oneness.
And then Mount Athos will literally rebaptize you, even if you're baptized in this church. And let's see here, America OCA, or is that the OCA? I'm not sure. Is in communion with Moscow and Bulgaria and Georgia and Poland and Czech, but they're likely not in communion with Constantinople unless you go up this path where Czechoslovakia is still in communion with Constantinople and in communion with this one, but Constantinople is not in communion with Moscow, but America
Hold on, so
is in
people
communion
in the
with
chat don't even
Moscow.
understand what's going on right now. This is a chart of all the different Orthodox churches and who they are and aren't in communion with. So Pinesap is trying to explain this autistically done chart showing that like there's so many different Orthodox churches that are not in communion with one another that to think that it's the one true church is retarded.
It is. Estonia is not in communion with Constantinople. And but there's another Ukraine church that's now been established that is also not in communion with Constantinople and is autonomous.
So if I want to become Orthodox, who do I go to? Which one?
Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. And
So okay, actually, serious question. So if I went, I don't even know. So who's the most out of communion Orthodox? Who's like in communion with the least amount of churches? Bessarabia? I don't know. Okay, so
I'm trying to figure out that right now.
I can't even.
Oh, dude. Well, actually, no. I have actually an answer to that. Mount Athos. Mount Athos literally thinks that like everybody's heretics. Everybody.
Wait, so
like Constantinople, Moscow, all of them are heretics. All of them have betrayed the true faith. So I have heard that if you go to Mount Athos, they'll just rebaptize you. They don't even care. They're just like,
so even if you come from another Orthodox church,
yep.
and that's like a separate religion. So that they basically like the conclavists.
They excommunicated their own patriarch when he met with the Pope.
Wow, that's insane.
Like, I mean, I'm like, dude, what is going on? Like, and every single time, like, these orthos will write these autistic articles about like, oh well, Vigilius on this line says this, and this is why papal infallibility isn't right or whatever. Even though we answered this like all the way back at the Fathers of Vatican I. But then I'll ask them, okay, what church are you part of? Oh, I'm a part of ROCOR, but ROCOR isn't in communion with Greece, and I can't get communion with them, but I can get baptized by them. But also, if I come from a different thing, I have to be rebaptized here, but not here. And I mean, it's like, it literally is ecclesial anarchy. Is this the early church?
So I
don't think it is.
What would Jay Dyer say to this, though?
I don't know. Jay Dyer would be like, we just have a different epistemology, bro, and we, essences and energies and stuff like that. That dude's a coper. Eric freaking destroyed him.
So true.
And, him and his little diorites can cope all they want and say, oh, no, he didn't mention this little detail or whatever. You guys lost. You're in schism. Come back to Rome,
Based. All right, so since we're on the topic of orthodom, I'm loving these anti-orthodo moments, orthobro moments. So there was this article written by some orthocoper